Hey guys, the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto, thanks for tuning in. Good morning to the kaboomers out there. Today we'll be talking about Bitcoin bubbles, comparing the Bitcoin bubbles through the years out there. If you're just tuning in, this is a live broadcast. Champagne, the voice here, reporting live from the foxholes of the blockchain battlefield trenches. Kaboom the like button right now, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned into the good crypto word that we spread here daily. I see Johnson in the population of the chat box. Indeed, this is a live one. We're turning on the crypto oven. We got the broiler on, preheating to 450 and beyond. About to serve up these tasty crypto treats as the markets are taking a plunge out there. It's been a bloodbath over the weekend, this past week. We're going to be talking about these bubbles, these bursts. How low could it go out there? And continue to push this line forward, looking like 300 crypto Spartans by the end of the year, 2019, 2020, and beyond out there. Make sure you're touching the buttons for me. The voice here reporting live indeed. Nice weekend out there. Champagne took a little break. It didn't come on Thursday for Thanksgiving or Friday. We're usually here every single weekday early, making sure we spread that good crypto word. So make sure you're tuned in out there. Chances are you probably won't get the post notification. So you got to take it upon yourself to look out for Champagne in the morning out there. Good morning to Derek McLean. Derek, you said 42. We hit 42 and beyond. Now we're going dip diving and sliding out there. Derek, how about it out there? Shout out to Kardik. What's the price predictions for Bitcoin? We're going to be talking about that. See how low it could go. We're going to compare some bubbles from the past and see if this is the end of crypto or if it's just a kaboom that we're expecting for the future. Shout out to Derek Johnson and the rest of the boomers tuning in. I need you touching the buttons out there, guys. Welcome back to all the boomers here in the population. It took a longer break than usual out there. Champagne, you know, enjoyed his Thanksgiving. We skipped the self-improvement broadcast that we usually do on Fridays. Perhaps we could do it today or sometimes earlier this week, but we've been talking about general crypto diet and exercise on Fridays if you want to tune into that. Derek says, yes, sir, 42 was hit. Next stop could be as low as 2K, says Derek McLean. Let's see if I agree with you. We're going to be talking about that as well. Good morning to Marlon Jones. Kaboom, indeed. Another high-ranking official. It looks like we only got the true crypto savages left on the field. Most of the young cadets have been blasted, killed in action out there, bleeding out. We send our condolences to all the families of the baby bear cubs out there. Dancing and prancing. Indeed, indeed. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let's check out the markets. See how ill things are looking today because it's been a bloodbath out there, guys. Share my screen. Turn off these coins out there. Kaboom, the like button right now. Let me hit refresh. Let's make sure we're up to date with the latest booming information out there. Even if though it's low, we're going to be talking about how this thing could continue to increase over the long term. Market at 119, looking slim out there. This is the Bitcoin fast. Bitcoin has stopped eating. Somebody send the developers, the mining people out there, the miners, some performance enhancement. They need to drink a little bit more than whey protein, if you ask me. Bitcoin dominance there at 53.9. What's interesting to me out there, boomers, is that the Bitcoin dominance hasn't increased as much as I would have expected to during these turbulent times. I would have expected it to be a little bit closer to 60%. And that's due in part to people holding some of these altcoins. Let's see. We got Bitcoin at 37.15, looking slimmer than slim today. 37.15. How low will it go? We're going to be talking about, have we hit the bottom? Is this the worst of the storm? I'll be doing some comparisons in just a moment. Ripple has taken over Ethereum. Ripple, the central banking coin, smells like the Fed to me. I'm not believing in this one, guys. Ethereum losing more weight. Ethereum is downright malnourished right now. Ethereum is anorexic, if you ask me. $107. It's looking worse than Vitalik himself. Bitcoin Cash, 175. And then we got EOS. You know, I'm an EOS boomer. I like EOS, and what's interesting to me is that EOS keeps moving up the ranks. I know it's lost some of the, you know, its weight there with the price out there, but now EOS is a top 5 coin for all the haters out there. Good morning to Colin. I see you. Good morning to D-Rock. I see you. Jigger Romes. I see you. Marlon Jones, Johnson, Roger Oliver, CryptoZilla out there. We got snipers here in the foxholes of the blockchain battlefield trenches. Good morning and welcome back to all the boomers. Champagne took a little break out there. You know, Champagne has been booming every single day. You know, I decided to take a little vacation out there with baby Champagne and the rest of the fam and, you know, look away from the markets for some time while things are bloodbathing out there. People are dying on the field. The trolls have came back out, and some of the funny bunnies are rejoicing out there. We got to snipe them out the box. I'm glad that the boomers are still with us out here. Dirk says they're not shaking us out. Well, they've shaken out a lot of bad hands out there, but over here on this side with the crypto maniacs, the original boomers, because now you have people on the forums calling themselves boomers, crypto maniacs, voice of the blockchain. They're all taking the slang here from the original Satoshi Nakamoto family here in the population of the chat box. Guys like D-Rock, like Dolphin 134, like Jigger Romes, like Marlon, like Roger Oliver, like CryptoZilla out there in Tokyo. These boomers have been with me here, rocking with the best of them, and they're not going nowhere. I don't care if Bitcoin goes under 1,000. It doesn't matter. We're going to be booming with the best of them out there. Let's talk about it. So let me just go ahead run down these markets, see the rest of these prices. We got Stellar at 13 cents. Stellar's also increased its ranking, you know, Stellar being Ripple's little cousin. I think during these turbulent times, you have a portion of the community that they think the banks still have power, so they're betting on the banks. When it comes to Ripple and Stellar and more of these centralized coins, I think that they're betting on the banks. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong, okay? But it smells like central banking to me. I don't think that this is a long-term option out here. Who produces the blocks when it comes to Ripple and Stellar for that matter? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of Biden champ, Crypto Kirby starts a show now with a siren. That's funny. You know, I don't even know who that guy is, but, you know, I find it flattering out there. I find it flattering. They all silently lurk out here, scared to, you know, drop a comment here with the best of them. It's only a few YouTubers like yourself, Marlon, and like Currency and like Chris and a few boomers that actually, you know, they come out the woodwork, out the foxholes and really show love out here. But I know we got a lot of silent lurkers, and, you know, if you're a silent lurker out there, just go ahead and drop a comment. We're not going to bite you out here. You may be biting us, though. Taurus says, I've somehow become desensitized to market crashes. However, I have become extremely careful now about what position to add to. Indeed, indeed. G Taurus, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Derek says, Stellar is similar to EOS. It's not a banking coin. It's can do smart contracts. Yeah, I know about that, but, you know, it's some bit of a fork, if I'm not mistaken, there, Derek, of Ripple. You may want to look into it. It's like, you know, Ripple's little cousin, so it has some ties there to Ripple. Shout out to Queens Races out there. Queens, I finally checked out your channel when I told you I was. Saw the races there, the Mustang or whatnot, and I seen your Civic out there. So shout out to you, Racing in Queens. If you guys like streetcar racing, Queens has a channel where he's covering the racing out there on the streets in Queens, New York. So shout out to you out there. We got Tether there at 97 cents. Not even Tether can hold $1. We got Litecoin, the worst bag that I've ever held, or maybe not, but it's one of those stinkiest bags that I've ever held. $28. And then we got Cardano at 3 cents. Shout out to the Cardano maniacs that are feeling it right now. I know we have a lot of speculators there in the population of the chat box when it comes to Cardano and its long-term viability. I still believe in this coin, but like so many of the alternative coins out there, they're getting obliterated. And this is why Champagne has said now for months, almost to years on end, make sure that if you're in the cryptocurrency game for the long run, make sure you have at least half of your bag on Bitcoins and then play with the altcoins. To me, it's the majority of the bag is in Bitcoin, then play with the altcoin. Again, this is not any investment advice. It's just my personal opinion. I'm not a crypto pro or an advisor, just a crypto maniac here with guys like Derek, Marlin, CryptoZilla, Queens Races, sharing our own personal opinion here from the front lines of the foxholes in the blockchain battlefield trenches. Derek says, yes, the founder of Stellar was the founder of Ripple as well. He left Ripple because it was too centralized. Okay. Yeah, I know they have a correlation out there. Definitely cousins out there. Marlon says, we got a baby bear cub, a bull, a bomb, a sniper, a crip walker. Now we need a silent lurker. Yeah, that's a good idea. We got to get some new little memes and animated figures here for the new year. I'm going to go ahead and start sourcing some material out there. Thanks for that suggestion out there, Marlon. CryptoZilla says the guys were part of Ripple, but didn't like how centralized they were, so they broke away. Okay, there you go. It's in tandem with what Derek is saying out there. Indeed, thanks a lot there, CryptoZilla. He also says Neo is back to Antshare prices. Pretty wild. Yeah. Neo, it's another bag that I have a small little baggie of Neo, and it's looking bad out there. Back to Antshares. We let you guys know when Antshares did the rebrand into Neo, then things kaboomed to almost like $100 if I'm not mistaken. And now they're back to the original prices. It seems like most of these coins out here are just slimmer than slim. Kaboom out there. Queens races with his $2 gratuity. Let me throw a little bit of fiat out of the ceiling for you out there. Queens, I appreciate you. I started watching Oiling of America, 2 hours though. Yeah, that's definitely a recommended documentary or a presentation there on YouTube, The Oiling of America. This goes more into the self-improvement, general diet and exercise that we've been following. And apparently they've been lying to you out there, guys. The Department of Agriculture has had a propaganda campaign to push wheat and other carbohydrates onto you and make you think that oils and fats are bad. Check it out, The Oiling of America out there. I found it very interesting. Queens races as well. Shout out to you, Queens. I appreciate you. Kaboom to you. Let me throw you another bomb out there. Guys, the super chat is open. If you'd like to throw a little fiat there in the bucket, it goes to Baby Champagne's Formula Fund, indeed. G Torres says, yes, I woke up early today for an early work shift, putting in those hours for the Cyber Monday and crypto bloodbath days. Indeed, we're going to weather the storm out there. I've been telling you guys always, make sure you have one in the chamber and you're ready to weather these crypto storms, these rogue waves that come at us. I mean, I expected things to go down, but like right now it's looking bad. And we're going to be talking about these crypto bubbles and compare them to some bubbles in the past out there. Kaboom! To Marlon Jones, Bulls on the block. Throw another bomb for you out there. Focus on fundamentals of your crypto holdings. Stack your bags during this bear. This is time to stuff your bags with quality crypto, says Marlon Jones. He's got 5 on it. Marlon has 5 on it. Indeed, Marlon, I appreciate you. Marlon's probably one of our oldest or longest. I'm not saying old as far as age, but one of our original boomers have been following us here from the beginning. Marlon here in the population of the chat box. Marlon's been doing YouTube videos out there, covering some of the good crypto word out there. Make sure you guys check out Marlon's channel. Indeed, he's got 5 on it, and I appreciate you, Marlon, every time stepping here in the population and showing love. Thank you very much. Roger says, okay, wait, kaboom out there, Roger. Colin McKenzie says, good night, Champagne. Good night, everyone. I need more sleep, kabooms. Shout out to Colin. I appreciate you tuning into the live broadcast. I know you comment on the replay, so maybe you're on the other side of the world out there. Enjoy your sleep out there, and thanks for tuning in, Colin. I appreciate you out there. Marlon says, I'm old. Okay. It doesn't matter whether you're old, young. We did a survey not too long ago, and it looks like the majority of the boomers are over 30 out here. We got people are 40, 50, 60. So it's all good out there. It looks like the young ones, we've shaked out the young baby bear cubs out of this stream. Indeed. Roger Oliver says, baby champ food coming up. Roger, another gratuitous member here in the population of the chat box, a boomer. I appreciate you, Roger. Let's look at the rest of these prices. Let me turn off these dollars here. We got Cardano there at 3 cents, Monero at 53, Tron at 1 cent, Dash at 84, IOTA 25 cents, and then Binance out there looking slim at 475. Kaboom out there. Let me throw a bomb for you, Roger Oliver. He's got 2 euros there. Roger, always showing love. I appreciate you, Roger. Let me throw a little bit more dollars off the ceiling for you. Indeed. Queen says, Champ, I'm loving these prices. I can't stop by when I see Bitcoin at 38. Indeed. Bitcoin at 37.15. So, it's lower than it's been out there. Shout out to you. And shout out to Roger Oliver once again for the 2 euros. Guys, the super chat's open. If you'd like to show love, it's all good. If you don't have any fiat to show love with, then drop a comment out there. It's not all about the paper. It's all about that positive energy out here in this crypto current. So what's your thoughts on these prices, champ? I told you last week that, brace yourselves out there. I said it could go lower. It could go under 4,000 was what I was saying on my last live stream. So that's what it is. What's my thoughts? We got to weather the storm. We're going to be comparing these crypto bubbles. Let's go ahead and jump right into it out here. I have this article linked down below. This is from Reddit, and this is an infographic. It says, Bitcoin crashes. Bitcoin is a game of accumulation out here. And you could see there's been 4 major bubbles throughout Bitcoin's histories, throughout its life cycle. That first bubble was in 2011, where Bitcoin went all the way up to $35. This was back when Bitcoin was just a little baby bear cub, a little small fry out there. And there it is. It went up to 35, and then it crashed 94% back to $2 out there. And they said it was the end of Bitcoin. They said it was a scam. They told you not to believe in it. And a lot of people got shaken out. The bad hands were shaken out. Shout out to Shalom Dunn. I haven't seen you in a while there, Shalom. Good morning to you. Kaboom. I'm still rocking with the boomers out here. I appreciate you. So there you go. You got that 2011 crash from $35 down to $2. The numbers that I'm looking here is that the percent of decrease from its all-time high. So you got 94% shaved off the top there in the first Bitcoin bubble. And then you got 2013's bubble, where things went up to $260, and then they lost 83%, crashing down to $45. Okay. And then the last bubble that occurred before this one that we're experiencing now, it was back in 2013, and went up to 1140. Okay. 1140 and down to 150. This is somewhere around the period that I decided to get in that third bubble after that crash out there. I believe that we get in a little bit higher than 150, maybe 500. I forgot, but definitely during this time is when Champagne decided to start firing. Although, and if you've been tuning in, I heard about Bitcoin at the very beginning, but like so many others out there, I was detoured out there by all the FUD talk saying that it was a scam or whatnot. So there it is. This is the last bubble that we have experienced, and we may have more bubbles to experience in the future. The high was at $19,900. I think it was 20K. Some people say 20K, but yeah, it's basically 20K. This occurred in December 2017. I'm sure you guys all have heard about it. And then this infographic says the low of 4,000, but actually we've dipped, dived, and slid lower than 4,000, currently at 3,700. So that's a percent decrease of more than 80%, but still less than all the other bubbles that have occurred before. Okay. So, you know, right now, like Shalom and others are saying, you know, it could go lower. Okay. We could lose 90%. Okay, or more from the all-time high back in 2017. So, you know, prepare yourself. We could go under 2,000. It's a possibility. Although, personally, I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the bottom here. But you need to brace for impact, because Bitcoin has experienced major losses and major bubble bursts in the past. So that's what it is. Look at this chart, this infographic. If you like to download it or whatnot, this was shared on Reddit, and I have the link down below. Bitcoin crashes. Bitcoin is a game of accumulation. Comment there in the population of the chat box. How much percent decrease do you think that we need to experience before we reach the bottom here with this bubble? You could see at 80% decrease, a little bit more than 80% now when we're at 3,800. We still haven't had as much of a bubble burst as the 3 other bubbles that have occurred in the past. So it looks like the first bubble lost 94%, let's say. So if we lost, you know, over 90% from all-time high, that means that Bitcoin's price could go close to 1,000 or even below. Okay, this is not to say that the long-term viability of crypto doesn't exist, because, you know, I'm a long gunner out here. I see personally Bitcoin surpassing all-time highs as we approach the 2020 halving out there. But we got to weather this storm, shake out the bad hands, and that's what it is out there. Shout out to Queen's Races. Yup, saving for the bottom. Marlon Jones says Snowed Masternode tokens holding strong and gaining during this bear market. Indeed, check out Marlon for the coverage of that. D-Rock says BTC bubbles hit, but we didn't have all these alts. Different situation. You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. But I don't know how much the altcoins are going to be affecting the leader out here. I think Bitcoin still is the leader. You know, people follow in the wake of Bitcoin. Indeed. Look at the Bitcoin dominance. It needs to run up to 85% or so. And that's a good point out there, and probably goes more into what D-Rock was saying. What it is out there, and I said this, you know, earlier, I've been surprised checking out the Bitcoin dominance that it hasn't increased. I would have expected to go up even more. Right now, we're at 53.9%. So, you know, I don't know if it's going to go to 80 or 85% there with the dominant. Well, that's Derek says 85% as far as the loss. I don't know if the Bitcoin dominance is going to increase to 85% there, Shalom. But let's see. I would expect it to go at least to 60. 3 months sounds about right to me. The faster we go down, the faster we recover, and we are going down fast, says G Torres. We went down really fast. I mean, faster than some may expect. Things usually bleed out a little slower, but hey, that's what it is. Norm says practically everyone is bearish. These are signs of near bottom. We've witnessed some capitulation out there. There's been some capitulation. Some people have folded their cards out there, but the boomers out here, we're not folding anything. Marlon says most will, Shalom, but if you do your homework, you can find some small cap gems that are booming right now. Indeed. And Marlon's testing those out if you guys want to check them out. Shalom says same thing happened last time. Indeed. I'm trying to catch up with all these comments right here. There we go. Rago, I've never seen you before. Kaboom, kaboom, my old fella. I haven't seen Rago in a minute. I don't remember Rago out there, but welcome back. Always great to listen to this guy, Satoshi's big brother, big cousin. Kaboom, and smash that like button. Thank you for the positive comment out there, Rago, and welcome back here to the population of the chat box. Marlon says key is you have to do a lot of homework to find these gems. Indeed, you gotta look out for them. You know that it takes a lot of time out there if you want to find the next little small fry. Picked up 76 Litecoin blue chip yesterday. Shout out to Hands. And Hands, you know, I'm a Litecoin long gunner out there, although I feel like it's the stinkiest bag that I'm holding nowadays. You know, I'm still got a little bag there of Litecoin. Let's check out these charts. It looks like we got a major green candle happening now in real time. You can see here, it looks like a nice bounce back here. We'll hit the bottom somewhere around 37 and now we're back to 38, 80, almost 39. But this is in Bitfinex. And, you know, Bitfinex has the Tether coin. So usually the prices on Bitfinex are a little higher because the Tether coin is worth less than $1 right now. So let's check out on Coinbase. The price may be a little less than 38. And indeed it is. It's 37. But you still see a nice, strong, almost 90-degree green candle, which is nice. It's one of the larger green candles we've seen recently. Saw on Twitter somebody posted an address that somebody bought 150K Litecoin. Okay, says Queen's Races. Indeed. Gemini is 3750. Yeah, well, I'm looking over here on Coinbase, which, you know, Coinbase and Gemini are comparable. They're two U.S. exchanges that you can swap out for fiat. 3730 here in real time. And it looks like a nice bounce back. So we got Derek McLean thinks that we're going to lose about 80 to 85% from the all-time high. Comment there and tell me, you know, Lucian says about 85% that we may lose. And again, I've been sharing this infographic that I found on Reddit. And actually, let me shout out to Cryptoverse, another YouTuber that actually shared this earlier today and led me to this Reddit. So, you know, if you're listening, shout out to you. I definitely saw it through your channel. So we got Bitcoin crashes. Bitcoin is a game of accumulation. And we've seen Bitcoin bubble bursts up to 94% back in 2011, 83% back in 2013, 87% bubble burst on 2015. And when this graphic was created, the low was 4,000. It was about 80% decrease. I expect things to go close to about a 90% decrease, if you ask me. So that would put Bitcoin somewhere around $1,000 out there. So we may have to go lower. You know, how low can you go out there? So prepare yourself. This may not be the ending out there, guys. I told you, you got to be prepared out there. Have one in the chamber. Have the perishable goods ready. The water filter out there. We may get hit with more attacks on the left and right flank out there. So, you know, it is what it is. Hey, champ, did you hear that CoinGeek called off the Bitcoin hash war? Bitcoin Satoshi Vision has capitulated and will work on building their community and stop the war with Bitcoin ABC, Bitcoin Cash ABC. No, I didn't hear about that. You know, I've been on break. I actually took a vacation all these over the long weekend, so I haven't really been paying attention. I'm going to be honest with you, Marlon. And when it comes to this hash war, this little cat war between the baby bear cubs there, between Bitcoin Cash, I'm not interested. They've been fighting like little baby bears, like little funny bunnies out there, and I think it's been a smokescreen. What we need to focus on is these banks. What are these banks doing, and what's going on with these stable coins? Okay, because these stable coins are smelling funny bunny to me, guys. I think that they're using them to manipulate manipulate the prices. If you ask me, I don't have any direct evidence, but I would like to learn more about that. Norm says, effective Monday today, Ohio became the first U.S. state to accept Bitcoin tax as a payment. Indeed, and I'm glad that you brought that up because I have the tab pulled up and the link down below is something that I want to talk about today, guys. And I think this is actually a positive thing. Ohio has become the first United States to allow taxes to be paid in Bitcoin. This is out of actually the Wall Street Journal, but there's a firewall on Wall Street Journal. You got to pay to read that. You could read more about it here on CoinDesk. I have a link down below. And this is something that should get you guys thinking. If a government entity is going to accept crypto as a payment for taxes, that means that they're placing some value in Bitcoin. That's the bottom line for me. I mean, I think that, you know, even during this Bitcoin storm, the fact that they're announcing that they're going to open this up this week to accept tax payments in Bitcoin is a major deal, in my opinion. It just shows that even the government over there in Ohio is a believer in Bitcoin. Okay, if they weren't believers, then why would they be accepting Bitcoins as payments? So, you know, this is a major deal, I think. I think this could be going over people's head. People saying, you know, what's the use case scenario with Bitcoin? No one uses it. It's garbage. It's dead. Listen, guys, don't listen to the FUD out there, the cattiness out there. Ohio knows what's going on. And I expect more states to jump on the Bitcoin train. All aboard. All aboard out there. All aboard. Nano Joe says, Ohio allowing Bitcoin to be used to pay taxes. Oh, but I thought Bitcoin was dead. LOL. There you go. My point exactly, Nano. Everybody, Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's worthless. Then why is the government now accepting Bitcoins as a payment, guys? I smell a boom coming soon. It may be taking longer than some may expect, but, you know, long term. Think long term. No stress and save your head hair. Indeed, Norm. I agree with you. 1000. Hefe Crypto, good morning. Welcome back to the population of the chat box. Hefe, another crypto cup boomer out there. Let me throw you a bomb. Boom. Indeed. Queen's Racist says, champ, off subject, how was your turkey? It was okay. I had some good turkey. I had a little bit of bacon in the turkey as well. And, you know, I'm not really fond of the birds out here, Queens. You know, I like red meat out there. I don't really care so much for chicken or turkey out there. I like the expensive cuts of meat. But, you know, I enjoyed the turkey, whatnot. I enjoyed the fam. Took a little break out there with baby Champagne. Enjoyed herself. Went on vacation with the family out there. And, you know, didn't really tune into the markets or anything. I gave it a quick glance in the weekend. I saw it was a bloodbath, and here we are, you know, sub 4,000. It is what it is. And like I said before I went on vacation back on Wednesday, I said, guys, prepare yourself. I mean, it could go lower. We were somewhere around the $4,000 range, about $4,500 the last time we tuned in. And, you know, it happened. It went lower. And I'm telling you guys now, prepare yourself for even perhaps the price to continue to go down. If you're just tuning in, shout out to Revolutionists. Good morning to you, Revolutionists. We've been sharing this infographic here, Bitcoin crashes. There's been 4 major Bitcoin bubble bursts in the life cycle of Bitcoin. The first one occurred in 2011, and it lost 94% from its all-time high of $35. It went from $35 down to $2. Everybody was saying it was all over with. It was a scam, and if you would have picked up at that point, you would have definitely been sitting very pretty right now. Then 2013 came along, all-time high at 260, crashed down to $45, 83% loss. And then a third bubble there, 2013, from $11.40 down to $150. This is somewhere around the point that Champagne decided to get into the game out there. Although I had been watching things like a hawk out there, all the FUD deterred me from getting into the game. That was an 87% decrease on the third bubble, Bitcoin's third bubble burst back in 2013. So here we are, all-time high at 2017. The bubble has burst, and we're sub 4,000. This was created when Bitcoin was 4,000. That was an 80% decrease. I expect things to decrease as much as 90. It could go 94%. We've seen in the past. So, you know, prepare yourself for up to a 94% decrease in Bitcoin. You know, according to this data out here. Now, will it go that low? You know, it could go to 85% decrease, you know, 87% decrease, but it could go lower. It could go lower. Shalom says 1,400 is optimistic, pessimistic target of 700. And that sounds about, you know, right. It could be, that's about around 90, a little bit more than 90% decrease out there. Shalom. Indeed. Marlon says, me too. We'll be eating up Elastos sub $2. Marlins is a boomer when it comes to Elastos. I like that coin, and I've covered it in the past because Marlon brought it to my attention. Thanks, Marlon. Hans says, if Litecoin hits $20, I buy more, says Hans. But I think the bottom is really close. I don't think that $2,000 Bitcoin is possible. That's why there is a cap on these coins. I don't know what you mean about a cap on these coins. Some coins have a stabilization and a cap, but Bitcoin is open in the free market. It could go under $2,000. Hans, if we experience a 90% decrease from an all-time high of $20,000, that'll put Bitcoin somewhere around 1,000. Okay. Lucian says, I don't think it will ever be under 2,500. And listen, I didn't think that things were going to go sub 4,000. I thought that we would hold the line out there between $5,000 and $6,000 once things started dipping, diving, and sliding. But you got to, readjust your gauge out there, and you can't fall in love. You can't be, you can't fall in love. You got to see what realistically is happening. Look at the data and continue to adjust your targets out there. I'm still long gun out here, and I'm showing you the data that, Bitcoin rises from the ashes. And I do recommend you guys check out 99bitcoins.com. It's sort of a Bitcoin obituary out there that covers all the times that it's been pronounced dead out there. He's talking about the total coin supply cap, I believe. Okay, yeah, it is capped there. The total coin supply cap, G Taurus, indeed. Shalom says Apple is already in a bear market along with most of the global exchanges. Indeed. D-Rock says, I'll take a shot at 2,500. And that's possible out there, D-Rock. I think no one really knows right now because, it's been such a long time since Bitcoin has crashed. It's been since 2015. So, it's been a few years. And a lot of people, this is their first major crash. So, we got to see. Roger's calling 29.75. So everybody's calling. No one's actually been right here. It's gone a little lower than most people expect. So, if you tell me it went down to 1,500, 1,000, I'll believe it according to the data that I'm showing you guys here. That's not to say, guys, that, things won't rise back up out of the ashes. I think that we will experience at least all-time highs or more as we approach the Bitcoin halving that will occur in 2020. By that time, I do expect more financial legacy institutions to be accepting crypto and dealing within the crypto markets out there. 1995 stock market doubled. Indeed, Shalom. Revolutionist says he bought another 8,000 Cardano today and more over the few days, buying all the way down to ride it all the way up. And strong hand out there, Revolutionist. If you guys haven't tuned in here to the population of the chat box, Revolutionist has been leading the charge with the Cardano maniacs. Suffered a loss out there like so many have with all these altcoins, but he's a believer and continuing to buy as it dips. And we send our positive energy out there to Revolutionists and the rest of the Cardano maniacs. Main event. Welcome back to the population. Kaboom to you. Let me drop a comment out there. How about Steam out there, Maine? 33 cents or 38 cents the last time I checked it. It's difficult to watch a coin, a blockchain that I enjoy using so much, lose so much value. But I guess it's a sign of the times. Thumbs up to the Revolutionist, says Marlon Jones. Indeed. D-Rock says, I'm not calling a price, just calling my buy price, says D-Rock. Still long-term, no day trading here. Indeed, I agree with you there. As far as the day trading, Champagne's not much of a day trader. I'm more of a long-term hodler. I'm not calling any prices now, but I do expect things could go lower. They could go lower, especially looking into the data that we just showed you here with previous crashes. So far, we haven't even matched. We're somewhere close to about an 83% decrease. So things could be on an 85%, 87% decrease from an all-time high, even up to 90 or even 94% decrease. So, just prepare yourself, guys. Anything could happen. It's happened in the past, and Bitcoin has rise from the ashes. This is the fourth time that it's crashed. So, for the newbies out there, it seems like it's all over. But every single time that Bitcoin has crashed in the past here, people said it was all over with and it was a scam, and then it comes back. So I doubt that, that Bitcoin's going anywhere, guys. Like I said in so many prior live streams, I believe that Bitcoin is already the world global currency. It's just kind of gone over most people's heads. Main Event says, yeah, they're all getting slaughtered out there on Steam. Indeed, Main Event, it's kind of hard to see, but shout out to my Steamosauruses out there. D-Rock says, Champ, what do you think about dApps with these prices? You know, there's not really any dApps right now that I'm very interested in. You know, I know that there's a lot of cool dApps running on EOS, and I said this at the beginning of the broadcast. Although some people criticize EOS, it became a top 5 coin. Okay, there it is. EOS, top 5 coins. After all of the BS people were talking about EOS, it's a top 5 coin. EOS is, if not, I think it is the top used blockchain in all of crypto. It has more transaction than any other blockchain out there. So, you know, when it comes to the dApps, you got Ether dApps and then EOS dApps. I do expect EOS to surpass Ethereum if Ethereum doesn't upgrade within the next 6 months to a year. That's what I expect. Ethereum's lost its number 2 spot to Ripple. You know how I feel about Ripple. It's not even a blockchain. I'm not going to discuss it. We got Bitcoin Cash. It's losing its market cap right now. It's been declining. The volume, 24-hour volume compared to EOS, you can see a 24-hour volume just with Bitcoin Cash is 290 what is that, $290 million compared to almost $1 billion on a 24-hour volume with EOS. I do expect EOS to surpass Bitcoin Cash in the short term, in the short to mid term. I think EOS will remain a top 5 coin. So when you're talking about dApps, I would focus on the EOS dApps. I think that EOS could be Ethereum on steroids, guys, with all the criticisms it's received. And I do know that there's debates of how centralized it is with the 21 block producers that obviously are somewhat of a cartel, but I think it's worth looking into. Man has a mainnet capable of 50K transactions per second, more scalable than Visa out there. Man, I'm not focused on Mana. You're talking about Mana. Mana is the decentralized. We're probably not talking about the same coins. Crushes EOS, Ripple, and Stellar, and it's decentralized, says Marlon. Gotta check that one out. Man, let me see. Maybe is that a baby bear coin? Matrix AI. Yeah, you've been talking about this coin out there. Matrix AI, rank 172 out there, and it's up today. So, you know, maybe you have to check that out. But, you know, as much as people, you know, went against what I was saying with EOS, I told you guys about EOS, and look, it's a top 5 coin. It's hard for a coin to stay top 5. So, you know, although it's lost some value, EOS there, it doesn't seem like it's going to die off anytime soon, if you ask me. Revolutionist says Cardano will throw ETH an anchor when they sail past. Yeah, and ETH is looking slimmer every day. It's malnourished. It's looking anorexic out there. It's looking worse than Vitalik himself. And I don't know what to say about Ether. And, you know, it's sad to say because you guys know I have a bag of Ether. I got at least a, you know, nickel or a dime bag of Ether out there. So it's hard to watch that ship sink. Hans says he has a big bag of EOS too. And I mean, I'm glad that EOS is their, you know, top 5 coin now. So, you know, although it's lost value, it's moving up ranks. And you could say something similar to Cardano. Look, Cardano has already surpassed Monero. Monero is one of my favorites. I think Monero has a use case and that's not going to go anywhere. It's the most private coin right now on the blockchain. If you ask me, I haven't found a coin that's more private than Monero that has a market cap like Monero, and that's been around longer than Monero. So I don't think Monero is going anywhere, but it's interesting to see Cardano move up the ranks. Although, you know, Cardano's lost a lot of its value from its all-time high. I think Cardano's here to stay. Okay, let's see if they do implement their technology Q1 of 2019. Queen's Racist says, looking like Vitalik. Yeah, Vitalik looking slim out there. Vitalik, throw him a whey protein shake or something, guys, immediately. Man will do what EOS and Cardano are trying to do. Let's see. Let's see. You know, I don't know if I'm going to swallow that pill out there. I don't know much about Man. What I do like about EOS and Cardano is that, you know, the head developers from EOS being Dan Larimer, Cardano being Charles Hoskinson, they're in direct competition with Vitalik Buterin. And these are like, you know, the crypto whiz kids or whiz kids or whatnot. And it looks like, you know, those 3 tokens as far as the third generation blockchains are in main competition. Let's see, you know, Man has a lot to gain before they even come close to competing with top 10 coins, but that's not to say that you can't make some profits. I got to look more into it. I don't know. Throw him a protein shake, says Queen's Racist. Indeed. Vitalik needs some Deca and tests, says Hans. Yeah, indeed. You know, the Boomers sent him a package with some PEDs, performance enhancement. But it looks like the guys at Ripple, they took it, swapped it out for soy, and they took the Deca and test themselves and knocked out Ethereum out the box out there. Ripple took over Ethereum out there. Indeed, indeed. Shout out to Queens Marlin, Suave House. Stables must be funny bunny. How else could they stabilize? Indeed, Suave House. And you know, since you've been here rocking with us, Champagne's been very weary about these stable coins. These stable coins, there's more and more stable coins coming online every day. Who's stabilizing these coins? They smell funny bunny. Indeed. Shout out to the bunnies out there. Snipe them out there. 39 minutes here on the live broadcast. I appreciate all you maniacs. I'm going to go ahead and start tuning it down. I know I owe you guys a self-improvement chat that we didn't do on Friday. Perhaps maybe we do it today. I have very little time today, but you know, if maybe we go back online, let me know if you guys want to rock on a second live stream, talk about crypto diet and exercise. Champagne just came back from the gym. More PRs on the deadlifts today, guys. More PRs on actually everything today. I would say I did rep PRs on squats, rep PRs on overhead press today, and on deadlifts as well. So, I mean, I'm hitting numbers out the box. I want you guys going to the gym out there. Don't look like Vitalik out there, guys. Look like a 300 crypto Spartan. Let Champagne and the rest of the boomers motivate you. Drop a comment there if you want me to come back and talk about a little crypto diet and exercise today. If not, we'll save it for Friday. But we have it scheduled for every Friday as the second live stream. Where's the exchange that you can get Bitcoin? There's a bunch of links down below. Coinbase is one, and there's others. So you can check out the links that I have down below. Laxman. G Torres says the app opened at the same time. Hold on. The only dApp I've used that seems to have an actual use case is ElaChat for Android. It's basically an extremely private peer-to-peer messaging app. However, it's still in alpha and only works if both phones have the app open at the same time. Developer told them the feature will be added so that phones don't need to have the app open. Okay. Is that working on Elastos? I've never heard of that one. And if you guys want to look into more dApps, check out stateofthedapps.com or DApp Radar. Those websites track dApps and they rank them as well. I think of buying a little more Monero, but then I wonder how much Cardano I can get for that. Shout out to Revolutionists. Yeah, I see that. You know, the thing with Monero, it's more of a safety thing, you know, like it's one of those coins that I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But again, you know, if you're looking for a major kaboom, I don't think Monero is a major kaboomer either. I think it's just going to be out there silent, lurking in the top 20 for some time. But, you know, Cardano may gain more weight in the midterm than Monero is. I just don't know. Inventor down the rabbit hole says top three portfolio fellas. What do you got? Top three coins in your portfolio is what you're saying. You know, Bitcoin. You know, over 50% on Bitcoin. You probably are new to the channel. We've been professing that from day one. Everything else, in my opinion, is just a game until it proves otherwise. Queen's Racist says, Champ, I swear lifting weights feels so good, but doing core, you wake up feeling strong. Indeed. You know, and that's what we've been talking about, the compound exercises, Queen. So like squat is a major core exercise. So, you know, you want to lift on core exercises. And then, of course, deadlifts, which is the king of the core exercises, if you ask me. So, yeah, you know, I'm focusing on full body training. You don't catch Champagne doing little dumbbell curls, guys. You got to be doing squats, deadlifts, overhead press. These are complete compound exercises that engage your core and your entire body out there. Check out stronglifts.com if you want to know more, and drop a comment. Let me know if you want me to come back, do another live stream today, or if not, we'll just maybe just postpone it till Friday and just skip last week's and just go on Friday. Derek McLean doesn't own anymore, but he'll be buying Binance start today after work. All right, Derek. I thought you were holding on to Binance. I didn't know you got rid of your bag out there. I know you've been bullish on the Binance coin. And shout out to you. It's down today, but it's still maintaining its top 20 spot out there. It's still in the top 20, so that's what it is. Marlon says, fiat on deck for Elastos. Indeed. D-Rock says, yo, champ, let's get this second live stream up. Okay, so D-Rock says, go for it. Let's see if anybody else wants in. I'll give you guys a few more times to comment or question, but I'm going to go ahead and tune down this live stream. If you guys want me to come back and do a second live stream, we could talk about diet and exercise. It's all good. If you're just tuning in, we've been comparing these Bitcoin bubbles out there. I have this infographic link down below. And for the non-believers out there, this is the fourth Bitcoin bubble crash. And we expect it to rise out of the ashes as it has before. We're over an 80% decrease from an all-time high. It looks like we may hit a 90% decrease from an all-time high, and it could go to $1,000. I just don't know. So prepare for that. That's all I got to say. Prepare for that, boomers, okay? You know, for the short term, it's still looking ugly. For the midterm to the long term, it's looking, for the long term, it's looking great, okay? But the short term, it's still looking ugly. We may have to weather this storm out there. Nano Joe says, come back. Okay, so we got Nano and D-Rock says, come back. Let's see if we got like 2 or 3 more people talk about come back, and maybe I will come back. Revolutionist does not hodl Bitcoin or Litecoin. Okay, he's told us that before. He's all Cardano, and he's got Ripple too. As much as we talk trash about Ripple, and you know we trash talk the Ripple out here at Revolutionists, but you're being honest out here, and you know we send our positive energy. I'm just not a believer. We seem to disagree on that one, but it's all good. We don't have to agree on every coin out here. Come back in 10, champ, when we have fresh coffee. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably get something to drink out there, and we can talk about general diet and exercise, do an open discussion out there. It is what it is. Also, we talked about this Ohio becoming a first U.S. state to allow taxes to be paid in Bitcoin, and this is something that's being implemented this week. Ohio is accepting Bitcoin for tax payments. Now, you tell me, if Bitcoin is dead and it's all over with and it's at an all-time low, why would Ohio be accepting Bitcoin for tax payments? Okay, I expect more states to start accepting Bitcoin in exchange for their tax payments. So, you know, this is a sign that, to me, that there's still a major demand here from government entities for Bitcoin. They want in. This is an accumulation period. I think, you know, we said this before, you know, when the retail investors missed the train, they missed the train. When the financial institutions miss the train, they bring it back. So they say there. So it looks like they may be bringing it back, trying to hop back on the train. You hear that? All aboard. All aboard. Indeed, indeed. Shout out to D-Rock. Grilling a steak, waiting for the second chat. All right, D-Rock. Revolutionist is in. Nano's in. Let's see if a couple more boomers want to go ahead and rock with me today. Do an open discussion. I don't have really much to talk about, but we could talk about general diet and exercise. I know we got some of the vegetarians and vegans that come in and disagree with us. It's all good. It's fine. You know, we have competing ideologies, and that's all good. And we invite even the vegans to come rock with us. Maybe one day they'll eat a steak with us. So it's all good. D-Rock is grilling a steak. Shout out to you. Derek is down too. Okay, so we got a few guys out there. We're going to come back in, let's say, about 5-10 minutes. And we'll talk about general diet and exercise and have an open discussions. Last time we had an open discussion, we started talking about time traveling and whatnot and all kinds of other theories. And, you know, we'll open up the discussion for the boomers here during this crypto winter. You know, talk about things off topic. Kaboom to Revolutionists out there. I appreciate you. He got 5 pounds on it. Always showing love. Let me throw a little bit of fiat off the ceiling for you. He says, keep stacking. Revolutionists out there, a bull when it comes to Cardano. I got to say, definitely the most bullish Cardano maniac on the field that I've seen. If you're a believer in Cardano, get behind Revolutionists because he's leading the charge out there. Indeed. Champ, for real, check out the One Belt Road, and man, China will definitely be the leading world economy by 2025. U.S. economy will melt down and China will rise to the top. You know, I've heard about that, Marlon, but I don't know how much propaganda is with that. Okay, I think China also is printing a bunch of fake money too. I don't know if I actually believe that one, Marlon, but you know, I've actually read about the One Belt Road, and I've done some cursory research out there. I have to look into it more. You know, it's been some time since I actually looked into that, but my first response is that could be fake news. I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to look into it more for you. I think that China is actually puffing out there. I don't think they're as strong as some may believe, but let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take your advice and look into it again when I got some time. Thanks for letting us know. Tess says, I missed it. I'll rewatch. Hey, everyone. Shout out to Tess. I think one of the last crypto chicks standing with us. Shout out to Tess. Let me throw a sniper. She's a high-ranking official out of there. Tess cooks for you. Will you cook for us one day out there, Tess? If not, drop a little video for us and let us know what you're whipping up there in the kitchen. She's still rocking with us. Indeed. Shout out to Tess. You know, go ahead and check it out. We've been talking about the 4 Bitcoin bubbles, and we've compared them, and it looks like things may go lower there, Tess. Hit the rewind to get that information. D-Rock says China purposely makes their money worthless. I don't trust them. Okay. China has a lot of gold, says G-Taurus. Okay. Anyone want me to hodl your Cardano? For you, drop me a line, says Revolutionist. Shout out to you. Cliff Martin. Shout out to Cliff. Welcome back to the population. Tuning in at work. We're tuning down, actually. We're going to do a second live stream and talk about the general diet and exercise. So go ahead and take a little 5 to 10 minute break. Champagne will be back. We'll have an open discussion aside from crypto out there. So on that note, I'm out of here, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.